I'm looking at the German wheat.
I can't even begin to pronounce that.
No.
It looks very German.
Yes.
Weinheim-Stefano. I'll take your word for it. So have you ever had an interview with anyone where they haven't asked you about your relationship with music?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I can start that now.
Okay.
How did it come about with Ben to get this new album together?
Well, I wrote a book of essays called Songbook, and there's an essay about Ben in there. I wrote about a song of his called Smoke, which I think has a beautiful lyric. And I had a very sweet email from him saying, I really appreciated what you wrote, and I didn't write the lyric for Smoke. It was like the one song on the album.
Your
that
research assistant dropped the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
Clearly, yeah. Thank you. Is it The Things That You Think? Is that the song where you're talking about Charles Dickens at the beginning? And you're almost talking, lamenting that you can't be Charles Dickens because of your personal life.
Yes. Did you know that Dickens invented 13,000 characters? 13,000. That's a character a day for the whole of his working life. What have I done today?
Does that actually bother you?
No.
No?
One of my great regrets about Dickens is that kids are made to read him. Well, if I try and say to people now, have you ever read Great Expectations? And they go, it nearly killed me. So, but that book is amazing, you know, and I think you should be forbidden by law to read him before you're 18.
One of the songs from the new album is the Levi Johnston Blues. Why did it seem like you wanted to write a song about him?
I mean, it happened a long time ago.
During the presidential election?
Yeah, well, it was the Republican National Convention, and I just got interested in this poor kid being hoiked up on the stage, and he didn't look really very comfortable in the suit.
No, he didn't.
It was being made to wear. And then I found his MySpace page, which was taken down really, really quickly. The chorus of the song all comes from his MySpace page.
Oh, really?
Because I'm a f***ing redneck.
Yeah.
I like to hang out with the boys. Well, that's off the MySpace page. What struck me about it was the bravado of the MySpace page. This tough kid. Tough and cocky kid, and the tension between that and the frightened teenager that you saw on the stage, and I just felt for him. I felt very sorry for him. We both thought that by the time the album was made and released, that we'd have to put a footnote somewhere saying Levi Johnston, you might remember, was there. But in fact, we don't need to do that.
You've never met him or anything, have you? Would you be interested in meeting him at some point?
He's not here.
Kind of give no, I'm going to pull Levi Johnston in, and you can talk to him about the song.
Yeah.
A lot of your books have been made into films. I mean, what is that process like? I mean, is most of the hard work in writing the book, or is there a lot of legwork then that you have to do afterwards, helping that story get to the screen?
I think once you've had a couple of movies made, then people start to read the manuscripts even before you're ready to show them. Especially now with email, that your manuscript is so endlessly duplicated and passed around that, you've just finished a book and then your film agent phones and says, oh, it's a pass from Miramax. I didn't ask Miramax to even read it, but now they've passed on it. Well, thanks a lot, Miramax. You know what I mean? And it doesn't make you feel good about the book.
So the last question we always ask on Drinks with Writers is, who's your favorite alcoholic writer of all time?
It's got to be Richard Yates.
Richard Yates?
Yeah. It's not my style, and I don't always want to read my own style.